My dear friend, have you ever found yourself sitting in a quiet room, listening to nothing but the hum of the house around you, and suddenly felt the weight of that silence? It's a feeling that's hard to explain to someone who hasn't lived it. The phone sits still. The hallway that once echoed with voices now holds only memories. You look at old photographs and realize that the laughter in them feels like it belongs to another lifetime. This video isn't here to remind you of that ache. It's here to sit beside you and walk with you toward something better. Because the question so many people carry quietly into this season of life is this: when the world grows smaller around us, how do we still live fully? First, learn to be still without being afraid of it. Silence isn't emptiness. It's actually one of the most honest things you'll ever experience. When the noise of decades finally settles, you get something rare, the chance to hear yourself. Not the version of you that was always rushing, always giving, always doing for others. The real you, the one who's still here, still worthy, still whole. Take a slow breath. What comes next in your life isn't a closing, it's a becoming. 1. Build something unshakable inside yourself. Here is a truth that every generation before us has discovered. There is a kind of companionship that doesn't leave. For many people, that's found in faith, in prayer, in scripture, in quiet mornings spent in gratitude. For others, it's a deep sense of connection to something larger than themselves, to nature, to purpose, to the simple act of being alive. Whatever that anchor looks like for you, hold on to it. When the world outside shifts and the people you love grow distant with their own lives, that inner foundation is what keeps you steady. You are not alone. You are rooted. 2. Release yourself from the weight of expectation. One of the quietest sources of heartbreak in later life is this: we gave everything, and we expected something in return, not out of selfishness, out of love. But love, real love, doesn't keep a ledger. Your children have their own roads to walk now. If they call less than you'd like, it doesn't mean they love you less. If their visits are short, receive those moments with an open hand rather than a tight fist. Here is the freedom that so many people discover late, but wish they'd found sooner. Stop waiting for your happiness to be delivered by someone else. Put the phone down, water the garden, take a walk around the block, read something that makes you feel alive. When you stop placing your peace in the hands of others, you'll find it was inside you all along. 3. Make your home a place that holds you. If your health and heart allow it, consider welcoming a small companion into your space. A dog that greets you every single morning like you're the best thing that ever happened. A cat that settles beside you without asking for anything. Animals carry a kind of love that is uncomplicated and consistent. And sometimes, that's exactly what a person needs. And consider this: go through your home and begin letting things go. Not because you're preparing for an ending, but because clearing space on the outside often brings clarity on the inside. Better yet, while you are still here and present, give your meaningful things away. Watch someone's face light up when they receive something that mattered to you. That moment is a gift you give yourself. Travel light. Keep only what carries beauty. 4. Prepare so that no one else has to make your choices for you. Dignity matters deeply, and protecting your dignity means being proactive while you still can. Don't let the words assisted living or senior community feel like defeat. For many people, those places become some of the richest chapters of their lives, full of people who understand exactly what this season feels like, because they're living it too. Tend to your finances. Walk a little every day, even if it's just to the end of the driveway and back. Explore your options now, while your mind is clear and your voice is the one making the decision. When you take care of yourself, you don't feel old. You feel capable, and that feeling is everything. 5. Make peace with others and with yourself. Many people reach this season of life carrying something heavier than tired bones or fading eyesight. They carry old grudges, old silences, things that were never said to people who may no longer be reachable. Holding on to resentment at this stage of life is like carrying a stone in your chest. It weighs you down, and the only one who feels it is you. Reconciliation doesn't always mean picking up the phone or knocking on a door. Sometimes it happens entirely within you. In a quiet moment where you choose to set the stone down. Forgive your children for not always knowing what you needed. Forgive old friends for drifting. And please, forgive yourself. You did the best you could with what you had and what you knew. That's all any of us can do. And leave something behind that money can't measure. So many people spend their final years worrying about what they'll leave in bank, accounts, or property. But the most lasting inheritance you can offer is your story. Write it down, record your voice, tell your grandchildren what life looked and felt like when you were young. Share the hard lessons, share the moments that made you laugh until you cried. When you do that, you stop being someone waiting for the end. You become something timeless. You become a lighthouse. My dear friend, getting older is not a defeat. It is one of the most profound achievements a human being can reach. You have loved people deeply. You have lost people who mattered. You have carried things that would have broken others. And you are still here. That is not weakness wearing out. That is strength refined over decades. This season of your life is not a long goodbye. It's a long breath. One you've earned with everything you've given. So don't spend it in worry. Don't spend it waiting by the window for someone to remind you that you matter. Look in the mirror tomorrow morning. Really look, and say quietly to the person looking back, I'm still here. And that means I still have something to give. If these words found you at the right moment, if something here brought you a little more peace, leave a comment below. Just write, I am still here, because your words might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. Thank you for being here. And may the rest of your journey be filled with stillness, strength, and quiet grace.